The iconic film Mary Poppins was more than just a hit movie. It pushed the film industry forward and entertained several generations.
Starring Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke, and featuring unforgettable tunes from the Sherman Brothers, 6 decades later, a spoonful of sugar still helps the medicine go down.
I got that song going through my head right now. Now this is coming up. ABC contributor Chris Conley joining us now with details on tonight's ABC special on the lasting legacy of Mary Poppins. Chris, great to have you back on the newscast. You know, this film, groundbreaking for a number of reasons. Tell us more about what makes it so special.
Well, I was in that first generation to be so moved by it. I grew up in New York like each of you did, and I saw it in its first theatrical run at West 57th Street, just down from Columbus Circle. And so that's 60 years for me loving this movie. Our special tonight has all the drama and deep feeling that's associated with the film, really, as we show you how it got made. From Walt Disney's conflicts with the author P.L. Travers as he struggled to get the rights, to the casting of Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke in the movie, to the creation of those amazing songs by the Sherman Brothers that still move us decades later. You'll see things and you'll hear things tonight for the first time. And it'll give you the same sort of feelings that you get when you watch Mary Poppins.
Well, Chris, I'm so glad you brought up casting because, as unbelievable as it may sound, Julie Andrews was not the first choice to play the main character. Wasn't it Bette Davis? Tell us what happened there.
I don't think they had Julie Andrews on their radar when they first set out to make this movie. I think they were thinking of a legendary screen star, maybe from a slightly earlier generation, and somebody who was more experienced. So like you say, Bette Davis was considered for Mary Poppins. So was Angela Lansbury, who went on to great success, obviously, for Disney and Beauty and the Beast. And then the Sherman Brothers were watching the Ed Sullivan Show one Sunday night, and there was this young star, Julie Andrews, with Richard Burton, in a production of Camelot that was then on Broadway. And they said to Walt, "That's our Mary Poppins." It was the first movie that she had ever made, Julie Andrews. Wow. Can you imagine that?
Wow. I cannot even imagine that, or this movie without her. You know, you mentioned the Sherman Brothers. During the 60s and early 70s, Richard and Rob Sherman, they worked as top staffers, right, at Disney Studios. They wrote the classics in Mary Poppins, among them A Spoonful of Sugar. So what can you tell us about the songwriting duo?
Well, I think what's really powerful is that you see how the songs really help to make Mary Poppins into the Disney character that we love so well. It's kind of hilarious to hear the Sherman Brothers playing those songs for the first time to P.L. Travers. You'll hear the tapes as the Sherman Brothers play those songs for P.L. Travers, and she goes, "I don't like that. No, change that. You got to change that word." That's an insight of the creative process you almost never see. But you also hear the moment when, for the first time, the Sherman Brothers play for Walt Disney this song they've written called "Feed the Birds." And it touches something in Walt. It unlocks something emotional in him and becomes sort of the touchstone for what Mary Poppins would become. And for weeks and months afterwards, Walt Disney would say to them, "Boys, play that bird song for me." And so that's a powerful moment, too.
I can't wait to hear about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Where do you come up with that? I hope that's in the series tonight.
If you like the sound of that, it's always so...
Look at this.
Now it's going to be in my head all day.
Thanks for setting us off. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Looking forward to it.
Chris.
You can watch a 2020 special edition, The Untold Story of Mary Poppins, tonight, 9 p.m. on Channel 7. If you want to watch it again, the special will be on Disney Plus and Hulu tomorrow. A lot of fun.
So much fun. Danny, you must be a fan, right?
Huge fan. Are you kidding? I didn't realize that was Julie Andrews' first.
I didn't either, because she's iconic, right?
Oh, my goodness.
It couldn't
What a
have been made
talent.
with anyone else. She was that movie.